back in 2017, we were very surprised in a confused and bad way when we saw Justice League. It wasn't the movie that was promised to us. It wasn't the movie that Warner Brothers promoted. Warner Brothers was still using footage from Zack Snyder's Justice League in the trailers and even in the TV spots. And so, yeah, a lot of footage was missing. A lot of weird scenes. Uh, you know, everybody was so confused from what they have just seen back in 2017 that that's where the hashtag came in, release the Snyder Cut. So yeah, when that started, a lot of stuff, you know, that's when we started learning a lot more. Uh, while the hashtag release the Snyder Cut was happening, we were just learning more and more and more thanks to director Zack Snyder and actor Ray Fisher. So we were not ready to learn all the stuff that we learned because what we got, it was a sabotage movie from Warner Brothers. You know, there's no other way to put it. It was just a wild ride after that because, you know, we learned how Darkseid's supposed to be in the movie. We learned how the Martian's supposed to be in the movie. All these actors of color that were cut out, you know, and replaced. All the weird stuff, sexist and racist stuff that happened behind the scene that we learned thanks to actor Ray Fisher. It was just a lot, you know, to take in. Um, and at the same time, even though it was just a horrible, you know, all the horrible things that we learned, we also did great things as a movement. We did amazing stuff with, you know, suicide prevention and all that stuff. But, you know, we also really need to thank Ray Fisher for coming out. You know, he was one of the brave actors that came out and said everything that happened behind the scene with, you know, between Joss Whedon, John Berg, uh, Jeff Johns, Walter Hamada, you know, Toby Emmerich, you know, all the producers and the director and all that stuff that was happening behind the scene and how they all let all that stuff happen, you know, between the whole cast, you know. So we learned a lot from all this. It's crazy that Warner Brothers is still, after all this, after all the stuff that we have learned, after all the stuff that is already out there, they still are not even trying to hide how they are, you know, trying to bury this movie, Zack Snyder Justice League. You know, after us learning that it was a lot of disgusting and racist and sexist stuff that happened behind the scene, they still made director Zack Snyder cut out another, you know, actor of color. You know, and it's just crazy, you know. It's insane that, you know, after all that, after them still making Zack Snyder cut out another actor of color, they also, as of right now, the movie that they're supposed to be promoting from the, you know, from the home release, they have a trailer on YouTube, but it's not really released for the public. You get what I'm saying? It's unlisted, as you see here. They have been, you know, pretty much since the movie came out on HBO Max. Warner Brothers pretty much never promoted the movie. It was just HBO Max pages, and Warner Brothers never promoted the movie on their page and even on YouTube, you know, on their channel. The Warner Brothers wants nothing to do with Zack Snyder, you know, and it shows. They are hiding. They you know, it shows that this is personal. This is not even about money, because, well, Zack Snyder Justice League is breaking records and it has been breaking records since it came out. You know, they are hiding the numbers from HBO Max. They are lying that all these movies that came out after Zack Snyder's Justice League has been passed in Zack Snyder Justice League, but they never released they never really released the numbers from Zack Snyder's Justice League. Officially they haven't released anything. Even director Zack Snyder came out saying that they never contacted him after the movie was released. I really believe that they promised him a couple things, while he was doing, after him releasing the movie, but I guess they were just full of crap and they just got lost. They're like, oh, the movie's released now, we don't really have to work with him no more. That's my belief. That's not me confirming anything, but that's just the way I feel. It's just insane how this movie came out. Also, you can tell this goes way back, because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, back in 2016 or 2017, around there, they were gonna release a DC Films line, figure line, which between Warner Brothers / DC, they also canceled, and it was part of the Snyderverse pretty much, with, Batman v Superman and Man of Steel and Suicide Squad. You can tell how they really want nothing to do with the Snyderverse, which is crazy, because the Snyderverse, the beginning of the DCU, was bringing money. Between Man of Steel and Batman v Superman, between box office and merchandise, Zack Snyder made easy almost $2 billion for them. It's insane, Even Suicide Squad, even though Suicide Squad's not even the real version from, David Ayer, it still reached almost $800 million. Try to compare that to Shazam, Birds of Prey, and now the Suicide Squad. Those movies made barely, 200-300 million each, compared to what Zack Snyder movies was making, 700 to almost $1 billion. So again, it's not about the money. It's that shows you right there that all this is personal. We just, I'm just here trying to share, and all the stuff that Warner Brothers is trying to hide, still trying to hide. It's crazy that while they still have this YouTube, home release trailer hidden, unlisted, Zack Snyder Justice League home release is breaking records. It's still breaking records, and you probably will never see HBO Max or Warner Brothers say anything about this. Because even though the page that's supposed to be officially the official page for Zack Snyder Justice League, they stopped tweeting back like in April. So yeah, they just trying to bury this movie. But thanks to all this, a movement came to be. It's not a perfect movement, because no movement is. It's not a perfect fandom, because no fandom is. You're always gonna have the bad apples, but you're also always gonna have the good apples in any fan base, any fandom. It's just us that sometimes we have to deal with bad apples and all that stuff, but it is what it is. We have to give a shout out to the Nerd Queens from, for all the great stuff that they have done. I also want to give a huge shout out to my friend, Jacob, because he has been sharing my links for, with the director Zack Snyder, and that's how Zack Snyder has been seeing my links and all that on Vero. So a big shout out to you, bro. Thank you, I appreciate that. But yeah, it's like, what do you think about all this? What was the point of the reshoots? Because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, they probably spent like 200 million or more, or it was a lot that they spent it. It's back in 2017 when Joss Whedon stepped in to do reshoots and all that stuff. It was a sabotage, way. That was nothing but but to destroy the movie, to destroy Zack Snyder's movie. Nothing else. You can't even compare Zack Snyder Justice League to Justice League 2017. It's two different movies. First of all, Justice League is what, 2 hours? Zack Snyder's Justice League is 4 hours. You know, it's insane. I'm just here. So, you know, to keep spreading the word, to keep telling people on why Warner Brothers didn't want, you know, Warner Brothers producers didn't want Zack Snyder Justice League to be released, because they knew there was a lot of bad stuff behind the scene that happened, and they were afraid that all that stuff was gonna come out, and it is, still is. But yet they're still trying. They're not even trying to. For some reason, they're not even trying to hide it. They're still trying to sabotage this movie. It's disgusting, you know, with all the sexism and racism that happen behind the scenes. You know, it's just crazy. But thank you, everyone. Let me know what you think about this. Let me know if I left anything out. It has been a long road, you know. It has been, you know, it has been kind of fun, but at the same time, it has been very stressful trying to get this movie released, and we still want more. The fan base is there, obviously, with all the merchandise, and now with the movie selling out in a lot of places. We just don't know what Warner Brothers want. You know, they're still trying to make a universe that is not meant to be light. You know, DC has always been darker than Marvel because of a lot of character story, a lot of character arc. You know, that doesn't mean that I'm saying that every character is dark in the DC universe, because it's not. I get that also. But stop trying to make the DCU into the MCU, because it's never gonna work. The box office numbers don't lie. You know, you're gonna keep making if you just keep making 200 million movies. How as a studio you haven't learned that it's not working out? So, anyways, thank you everyone for watching my video. Please stay safe and have a good one.